What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of YNR, Phyllis Phyllis continues to be a sad, pathetic woman. I gotta call it the way I see it. Phyllis is pathetic. Like, seriously. And everybody's calling her out on her shit. Even Lauren. You know, because people are tired of this with her. This woe is me act, and, you know, people are just sick of it. Like, she's blaming everybody for her shortcomings except herself. You know, everything is the Abbott's fault. Everything is Jabot's fault. Everything is everybody's fault except the woman in the mirror. She just refuses to own up to any wrongdoing on her part. She refuses. And, you know, she keeps trying to piggyback off the Abbotts and Jabot, and even Lauren is telling her now. First, you had Jack pretty much telling her she should do this company on her own, build it up on her own. Summer recently told her the exact same thing, that she needs to leave the Abbotts and Jabot alone and focus on this new company and do it herself. Now you got Lauren, her best friend, her only friend pretty much other than Michael, pretty much telling her the same thing. Do this on your own. I don't understand why she won't listen to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting here blackmailing people for the startup money. You're trying to hack into their company servers to get whatever information you can about their new collection so you could use it to your advantage to prop up your new company. Like, she refuses to just reevaluate her life. Even Jack told her, take some time off, like take a trip, you know, just go on like a self journey or something. Like, you know what I mean? She just refuses. She keeps wanting to get some little petty retribution against the Abbotts. And it's stupid. First of all, the Abbotts and the board of directors at Jabot had every right to fire her. Every right to fire. Who wouldn't have fired Phyllis? You let this woman come into the company, write up her own contract without a non-compete clause in there. Non-compete clauses are very standard in companies, especially Fortune 500s. They're very standard. And you allowed this woman not to have one in her contract? Are you insane? Then you didn't file the proper trademarks for the new products that Jabot was supposed to put out, which put the company in financial disarray. Like, they had every damn right to fire you. You're lucky that they're not suing you. Like, are you crazy? And then you're going to sit there and try to get a severance package from Jabot after everything you've done? I'm glad Jack told her to kick rocks. Now you blackmail Billy for the startup money. Then you go to Jack trying to partner Jabot up with your new accessories line. And he tells you no, so now you're hurt and you want more revenge, which is stupid because every time she keeps trying to get revenge against the Abbotts, it keeps smacking her in the face. Like, it blows up in her face. Even Lauren told her that. Let it go. You want to do this company on your own? Do it on your own. Leave Jabot and the Abbotts out of it. And what surprised me was Summer actually ratted her mother out to Jack and basically told Jack how Phyllis basically hacked her profile to see what the Jabot Collective was all about, whatever information she could, even though she didn't really get no information out of it. And Jack texted Phyllis and told her, nice try. You failed yet again, but nice try. It was a valued effort. And Jack wasn't even surprised when Phyllis came barging into his office all pissed off. He wasn't surprised. He knew he was expecting her because he knew that's what she would do. After he sent that text, he knew she would come storming over to his office all in a huff, thinking that, oh, you trying to threaten me. He was like, that wasn't a threat. It was a warning. And I don't blame Jack. Jack is sick and tired of playing games with Phyllis. He's at his wit's end with her. Like, every time he keeps trying to give her some sage advice, tell her to just back off, focus on your own thing, do your own thing, she keeps trying to hit back and use Jabot to prop her own company. Like, back off. Like, Phyllis is sadly pathetic. Like, I cannot root for this woman. At first, I was on her side with starting her own company. I really was. I was happy for her. But it's the way she's going about it that's irritating me. It's like, this is not the way you go about it. You don't piggyback off of other companies. Like, if you want to partner up with a fashion company or whatever, there's plenty of them out here. Even Summer told her, why not go to LA and try Forrester Creations? I agree. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, there's other companies out here. Jabot is not the only one. And you have bad blood and bad history with that family. So why partner up with them? Then she tried to partner up with Ashley, and she's just sad. She's just a very sad individual. I really hope the writers are not trying to go in the direction I think they're hinting at with Jack and Lauren. I really hope not. I mean, not to say Jack and Lauren would be a bad couple, but I prefer her with Michael. I mean, that's like one of the few stable marriages on this show. Her and Michael, they've been married for 14 years now? Like, that's a long marriage, especially in soap, in the soap genre. That's a long time. So I really don't want the writers to go messing with that. I mean, I understand that they need their fair share of problems, but they've had their fair share of problems over the years. And, I like them as a couple. But anyway, Summer and Kyle are still at it again with their bickering and their foolishness. Kyle basically told Summer he's on to her games, which wouldn't take long to figure out that she kept on creating all these little work emergencies so that way her and Kyle would have to keep working together longer. You know what I mean? But I do agree with Summer on one thing. I do feel like Kyle needs to take this more seriously. The whole Jabot collective. I think he does. I understand he wants to have a personal life. He wants to spend as much time with Lola as he possibly can because both of them are pretty busy with their jobs right now. I get that and I can respect that. But I do feel like he hasn't been putting his all into this project. And Jabot Collective is very important for Jabot right now. Like, it's sink or swim for that company right now. Especially seeing as how they don't have no cosmetics to put out. So Jack is pretty much putting a lot of money into this project. And it has to go off without a hitch. Plus, they got business partners, investors to please, and if this thing fails, Jabot pretty much is done at this point. There is no rebound for them. There is no reset button. This whole collective is their reset button. So if this fails, Jabot fails. They're all probably going to be out of a job if this doesn't go right. So Kyle I do feel like he needs to put more of an effort into it, but I do understand where he's coming from. Summer needs to back off. Like, the marriage is over. He's with Lola now. You need to just let it go. You're the one who entered into this marriage knowing full well he was not in love with you. So I can't feel bad for Summer. It sucked kind of watching her at Crimson Lights, looking at her wedding photos and stuff with Kyle and having to delete them. I kind of felt bad, but then again, it's like you kind of put yourself in this situation. Like, you knew what it was when you married him. You know what I mean? Like, you knew the situation, you knew the circumstances, you knew everything. But I will continue to say, I do feel like Kyle owes her that year. I'm just saying, like, be a man of your word. Even Jack told him that. Like, be a man of your word. You promised that girl 1 full year of marriage, and you ditched her after basically a month. You didn't even last 1 full month as a married couple. You know what I'm saying? Now you back with Lola. I did think the little picnic setup with him and Lola was nice, but Kyle is doing way too much, though. He's sitting there talking about he want him and Lola to move in together. I'm like, what? He's moving way too fast. Like, first of all, it's funny how he calls Summer his ex. Technically, Summer is not your ex. She's still the current Mrs. Kyle Abbott. He keeps telling her that the marriage is over, but you haven't filed any paperwork, though. You haven't filed no annulment, no divorce. So the general public is still under the pretense that they're still married. Legally, they're still married. So I'm like, technically, she's not your ex. And that's not bad publicity. It's not good publicity to be running around with Lola while you're still married to Summer Newman. Y'all basically are high profile. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. I'm surprised that what would be a good storyline, though, also is to have the media be a part of this. Because, like I said, Kyle and Summer are both high-profile people. She's a part of the Newmans. He's a part of the Abbotts. They're both married. And he's running around publicly kissing and being around another woman. I'm surprised the gossip rags ain't eating this up right now, because this would definitely make for good gossip. See, this is why I kind of miss Hilary, too. Because Hilary would have been all over this story. You couldn't tell me Hilary wouldn't be all over this. Like, she would create a media frenzy with this right now. Like, the gossip would be crazy. This is the type of stuff people like Hilary, hell, even Wendy Williams be loving stuff like this. This is that good gossip. Like, seriously, I'm not even lying. Like, this that good gossip right there. So I'm surprised that they're not playing it up like that and got the media involved. But Kyle, he need to fix this and fix it now. Like, even though he doesn't want to give Summer the year that he promised her, at the very least, you should at least put out a press release. Basically, probably, saying to the media, well, we kind of rushed the whole marriage thing and it didn't work out and yada, yada, yada. We felt like we were too young, something like that. And file the annulment. Do it right. Don't sit there and be publicly married to this person, but you're, running around in the public kissing another woman. I'm just saying. And then talking about moving in with her. You're doing too much. And he needs to fix that ASAP. I don't blame Nick, Vicky, and Nikki for being suspicious of Adam and being on guard and their P's and Q's. I don't blame them. But it's kind of a little bit of a rewrite from last time Adam was on, because he kind of made peace with them in a way. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of did. Him and Nick were actually on better terms when he supposedly died. But I can't say that I blame Nick and Victoria and Nikki for being on their P's and Q's with Adam, because Adam is to not be trusted. I don't blame them. I mean, there is a lot of bad history between them, and Adam has burned them in the past. But I also felt like when Victoria and Nikki and all them, when they first met Adam, they weren't very receptive towards him, especially not Nick. Nick, in my opinion, has always been jealous of Adam. Always. I know some people are going to be like, well, that's not true. Oh, it's true. If you watch during that time when he first met him, he's always been jealous. Because in my opinion, Adam has always excelled at big business. When he was at Newman Enterprises, he made Newman a lot of money. Even Victor said that. Like, he's made Newman millions. Nick has never been good at running a big company. He's always been good at running small businesses. Like, look at Crimson Lights, Restless Style, The Underground. He's always been good at smaller business. Big business has not really been his thing. You know what I mean? It's not really. That's always been Victoria and Adam's thing, not his. Victoria, of course, she don't want nothing to do with Adam because she know with Adam being back, that means she gets bumped to second place again. Because everybody know when Adam was around, Victor pretty much wanted Adam, to take over Newman. Because it differs with Victor. Because at times he wanted Nick to be CEO of the company. He wanted Nick to take over. But he knows that Adam is a good businessman as well. He knows that. Adam has it in his blood. Even he told him that today. Because Adam apparently forgot how to be a businessman. Like, he doesn't know anything about running a company. But, of course, Victor told him. He was like, it's in your blood. It'll come back to you. For me, I don't believe Adam with the whole amnesia thing. I don't believe it. He's definitely playing some type of game. And I do believe something just ain't sitting right, even with Victor. Because something don't add up. Like, I do feel like Victor's keeping something else from the family. Like, he's definitely hiding something else. It ain't just the fact that he knew about Adam for the last couple months or whatever being alive. I think it's bigger than that. Like, he knows something. He knows more than what he said. Because Victor always know more than what he talking about. He just be, like, giving you a little bit of information piece by piece. But he's not going to tell you the whole enchilada. Like, Victor's sneaky that way. I can't say that I blame Nikki and Victoria for being pissed off at him for not telling them about Adam before. But they should know how Victor is. Like, he's not going to tell you everything. Because that's how Victor is. He's secretive about things. Now, I'm not saying that is right. Especially when you're married. You know what I mean? But that's just Victor. But I have a feeling he's definitely up to something. Like, he got a duffel bag full of money. And he was sending somebody a text message saying that, everything in Genoa City going smoothly. He's definitely up to something. Definitely. The question is what? I definitely feel like he's probably lying about the whole amnesia thing. He's using it probably to his advantage to, get everybody to lower their guards. Whatever he's planning is probably about Newman Enterprises or getting control of it or who knows. Sharon need to go sit down somewhere. She run around trying to act like just because she got this psychology degree that makes her some damn therapist. Sharon, what she need to do is consult a real therapist on how to handle Adam. I'm just saying, like, that's what she ought to do. But we all know that she won't. I find it kind of funny how Victor let Adam stay at the tack house. Because y'all know Nick used to stay at the tack house. So it's kind of funny because, of course, Victor wants Adam close, so it makes sense that he would let him stay there. But something in the milk ain't clean, though. Somebody lying about something. But anyway, I enjoyed this episode, though. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought. I will see y'all all later. Peace.